Hooray! We get to make our homemade version of almond roca. Thanks to my sister-in-law Trish, she has shared her recipe with us and I get to share it with you. When you're working with toffee, you need to be prepared, have all your ingredients ready to go and your tools within arm's reach. You can see here in the forefront I've got my pot with butter, sugar, water, a candy thermometer, a dry clean sheet pan, my nuts are chopped, my chocolate's broken into pieces, I've got a stirring utensil, some spreading spatulas, and some baking parchment that I'll use towards the end. In the pot I've got 3 sticks of butter, 1½ cups of sugar, and 1/3 cup of water. And this is a cold non-stick pot. I'll go ahead and turn my temperature up to between medium and medium-high heat. And then this mixture will start to melt and bubble. It'll become an opaque, bubbly mass. You don't want to stir this until it begins to change color. You can see the butter has started to melt, starting to bubble a bit. And remember, it's 3 sticks of salted butter, not unsalted, salted butter. We'll let this continue to boil. The temperature right now is just above 220 degrees. Hasn't changed to a light caramel color. You'll see that happen right in the middle. It'll take just another moment or two. If you look real closely, you'll start to see right here in the middle, it's beginning to change color. And we're approaching 250 degrees here. Now the discoloration has become more apparent. Notice the darker color of the almonds. And this is unsalted roasted almonds. We'll give this a stir. I had not stirred this mixture yet until I added the almonds. You need to be very careful when working with sugar. It's extremely hot. Now they do have candy thermometers where you can set it in and not have to hold it. Well, the size of my pot is a little too large to keep this thermometer anchored on its own. It's long enough it won't fall into the pot. Okay, so we're looking for this to become quite a bit darker. We're approaching 260 degrees. If you're watching this and hoping to make it on Guam, make sure your kitchen is cold, about 68 to 70 degrees. And it's not so humid there, although it's not very often on Guam. Working with sugar and chocolate, you really need to watch out for temperature and humidity. Keep stirring. It is beginning to change color. Once it gets to this stage, it's going to happen pretty quickly, so just need to be careful. I'm going to darken this some more. Once this gets to about 290, 295-ish, you'll notice along the edges, it'll start to darken. It will start to darken quite a bit. And we're just under 280. If you don't have a candy thermometer, you can certainly still make this toffee by watching the color. By having a thermometer, it will for sure allow you to cook this to the proper temperature. Otherwise it won't set properly and the texture of the candy will not be as pleasing if you don't cook it long enough. So we're heading towards 290, 295. It's getting there. You can see it's starting to darken. You need to be ready. We're pretty close, pretty close. Make sure there's something you can set your wooden spoon on and your thermometer on. Okay, we're getting very close. Look at the edges. It's very dark. Okay, we're there. So this goes inside, this comes off. Okay. The pan here is very hot, so just quickly spread this. Does not have to go all the way to the edges. That'll happen in the middle where it starts to pull away from each other. Not a problem.